Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is definitely going to be an interesting video. So yeah, we are saying goodbye to New York City. Obviously, this background was very fitting for this video. In case you can tell, this is New York City. I know some of you may be a little bit confused because I sort of posted the exact same video last year saying that we were moving out of New York City. But if you did watch that video till the end, you probably know that we moved out of Manhattan to Jersey City. So we technically been on the New Jersey side. I mean, just across the river. Again, as you can probably tell, New York City is right there. But this time we're actually moving, far away from New York City. As you can probably tell, we are moving to Las Vegas, Nevada. And I know a lot of you may be really confused because, especially if you are from this area, that is kind of like a random place to move to. But this is why I'm making this video right now, because I'm going to explain what's happening. There are a lot of things that are changing in our lives. There is a new chapter that we're trying to start. So if you want to know a little bit more, continue watching this video. So a little bit of background story. I personally moved to New York City about 6 years ago, straight out of college. And I still remember how extremely excited I was to move to this city. And I can probably say that I had a really amazing time living in New York City, specifically, for the majority of time here. I was living in Manhattan, pretty much like smack dab in the middle of Manhattan. I lived on the Upper East Side. I lived in like Murray Hill, a lot of like really cool and hip neighborhoods here in New York City. I do feel like before COVID and everything, I used to go into the office every day. I used to just, have that life that I always wanted, kind of, being part of corporate America, working in the skyscraper, wearing a suit every day to work. I used to actually think that was really, really cool. I definitely don't think I could go back to that life now, but I definitely had that euphoria and just so much fun living that type of life that I always saw in movies and wanted to be a part of. However, in the last few years, my life has definitely changed. I joined a different company. I have been working full-time remote from home, when we're still living in Manhattan, and obviously now as well. My social life has definitely changed a lot because my coworkers used to be some of my closest friends, and I used to go out a lot or meet people after work, and now I've just kind of been staying at home a lot more, going out and drinking and going to parties like I used to. Definitely doesn't bring me the same kind of joy and fulfillment like it used to, which I think is pretty normal when you are getting older. I am in my late 20s now. So all in all, I just started to realize that I wasn't really as excited about this lifestyle anymore. And ever since we moved to Jersey City, I realized that I maybe went into the city like a total of like 10 to 15 times in the last year or so, and most of it was for work. So I just realized that I wasn't really as attracted to that lifestyle anymore, and I just really wasn't as motivated to go into the city anymore. That's kind of background story. It's one of the top reasons why we are moving, is because just like our lifestyle has changed a lot. Now, obviously the next reason why we wanted to move was the cost of living. I think this is probably one of the top reasons why people move out of New York City. And I mean, I think both Nick and I are very fortunate to have been making, really decent income here, from our corporate jobs, and we have been living in some of the nicest neighborhoods and like really nice apartments, especially, this apartment complex, and just like having this view and having a pool has always been a huge privilege. However, as we are getting a little bit older and are starting to think about starting a family and kind of the long-term plan, the more we think about it, the more we realize that it's really hard or / unrealistic to have the lifestyle that we want here in, this New York City metro area, just because of, the cost of living. And, especially when you want to be closer to like good schools, and then, also having a car, all of those things add up so quickly. So yeah, I think, there's only going to be like so many more years where it's just going to be the two of us. So we just really wanted to, expand our home a little bit more, and it's just so unrealistically expensive to do it here. Again, we can't afford to do so, but I personally would really love to have like, money left over to do other things like invest, open new businesses, travel, all the other things that you would want to do other than just pay rent. And that's really one of the reasons why we really wanted to pick Vegas because I know for some of you this may be so confusing, but one of the main reasons why I wanted to move there is because there's no state income tax and the cost of living is much lower. We are really looking to buy our next place. I really don't want to rent anymore personally. And with like real estate property taxes here in this New York, New Jersey area, we are going to be paying like at least $1,000 per month of just, you know, taxes and HOAs. And I just think that's just a robbery in my opinion. Yeah. So yeah, that's why we wanted to move to Vegas. It's actually much closer to both of our families. You know, Nick is from California and most of his family is there. It is closer for me to fly, you know, back and forth from Vietnam, which is where my family is. So it just makes sense for us, you know, both location wise and obviously cost of living. With our jobs, we technically could totally stay here, but my long-term plan is to, you know, hopefully phase out of the 9-to-5 corporate world and go full-time into entrepreneurship. And for me to be able to do it full-time here, I will need to make like twice as much as what I would compare to what I would need to make in Las Vegas to do all of that. So we just want to kind of like, you know, speed up that part of our life that we're so excited about, which, you know, moving to Las Vegas will allow us to do it a lot sooner than, you know, what we would need to do in order to have it here. So I am filming this video in December right now, and we're not moving until like mid-February. That's our plan right now. So I still have like, you know, a little over a month, almost 2 months to still enjoy New York City. And we're so excited to just spend the last few weeks here, say goodbye to all our friends, do more New York City stuff that we are going to miss. With that being said, you know, I'm so thankful for all of you who have been here to support me in the last couple of years as I've been here on YouTube. And I know being like a New York City based entrepreneur / career coach has been a very big part of my identity, but you know, I'm still kind of the same person, so that's not gonna go away. I'm still gonna be making content about personal finance and side hustles, so you can definitely feel good about that part. And obviously I can't finish this video without saying, you know, how much New York City has given me. As some of you may know, I moved here to the US as an immigrant when I was 18. It was always my dream to live in New York City. You know, I did go to school in a different state for a while, but after school when I moved here, that was one of like the happiest times of my life. New York City, you know, really taught me how to be smart about so many things, how to be more savvy financially. It really gave me a jump start to my career that I'm so proud of, and I met some really great friends here. I obviously met my husband here, so it really has changed my life in so many different ways. However, it was just time to wrap up this chapter and start a new one, and I'm honestly so excited about that. So yeah, that's kind of where we are. Again, if you want to know a little bit more about how our move is going and everything like that, make sure to follow me on Instagram. It's at Christina_NGM. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more updates. Thank you guys so much for watching this video today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your year. Bye!